Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, and we're going to talk about the Rise of Skywalker, or rather the Lies of Skywalker, because, you know, there have been a lot of things that have been said about this movie that have been proven to be untrue.
Right.
From a certain point of view.
I think people are kind of more irritated about, one, the way that they're being treated if not, like, agreeing, and two, like, they keep lying all the time. It's like, just be honest. I mean, I know you don't want to give the plot of the movie away, but, like, there's some things you can be honest about and they're not.
So even Scott Mendelsohn, we're going to talk about a couple of articles here. We're gonna backpedal a little bit and show some of the dubious truths, I guess, that have come out of Lucasfilm and Disney. We're going to talk about Scott Mendelsohn in this new article that the Rise of Skywalker is being sold on a lie, a white lie.
A white lie. Because white lies aren't so bad. It's just, it's a good lie.
It's a light side lie.
It's a good lie.
So before we get into the video, please subscribe if you guys have not subscribed already. We're closing in on 100,000 subs. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully we'll get there in another month or two. We really appreciate it. Yeah, so let's talk about the Lies of Skywalker. Now, before we get into that even, I'm trying to find some current tracking data on this movie, and I'm not really seeing a lot. Like, for the longest time, they kept talking about, hey, this movie's going to make $250 million opening weekend.
It's going to be the biggest one since Phantom Menace and all that.
The biggest movie ever. Come see the Star Wars movie. And now I'm not seeing much. Now I'm actually seeing excuses.
Well, first of all, I dropped it down to 175 to 200 million. I keep saying 175 million to 200 million. Okay, can't speak. Anyway, so they did that, and now, yeah, you're right. And now it's just like, well, it doesn't really matter anyway.
It doesn't matter to Disney if this movie doesn't do good. Yeah, because normally, you know, here's like 2 weeks ago. Last time we heard 2 weeks ago, it was 175 to 200.
That was 2 weeks ago, and they're saying the same thing 2 days ago.
It hasn't changed at all. The thing is that, I mean, for any other movie, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But for Star Wars, it's probably going to be a little disappointing for Disney because, you know, they did have the Force Awakens open to like 250 million. They had Last Jedi open to 220, and now we're going down. And I'm not seeing the media outlets talk about these gonzo huge numbers.
Yeah, they were, and they all kind of stopped talking about it. Now it's excuses.
I mean, any other movie, again, that's by no means a failure. But
well, when you've considered this one, because you brought this up before too, and I said about Knives Out not performing as well as other movies, you said, but yeah, but their budget was small. In this case, they had how many millions in reshoots? Yeah. Their marketing, the tie-ins are ridiculous. They're tying everything they could possibly think of to tie it into. They have, you know, all this that they're pushing for. You know darn well, like they did with Frozen 2, like in South Korea, where almost all the theaters had it on the screens. They're going to pull stuff like that again. So how much is it costing them? So 105 to 200 million sounds great until you figure how much it cost.
Right, and it is going to be an expensive movie because those space horses riding on the Star Destroyer, they're not cheap to animate.
I mean, they can hit $1 billion and still barely break even, for all we know.
That's true. That's true. I mean, we talked about Endgame, how Endgame was so ridiculously expensive, and despite all the money it made, Joker actually made more profit. Right. Because it was only a $50 million movie versus a $500 million movie.
Not counting budgets for different things. Yeah.
Right. So Scott Mendelsohn, who usually is basically a full-time Disney apologist, or at least he was with The Last Jedi, he's saying, you know, the Rise of Skywalker is being sold on a light side lie. That, you know, this is what we've been calling out, what other YouTubers, other folks on Twitter have been calling out. The fans have been calling out that it's not really the end to the Skywalker saga because the Skywalker saga technically ended with Return of the Jedi. Right. And he said, how long until they do an episode 10, 11, and 12, and then they get to end it again. Right, exactly. That's what they're doing. It's stupid. It really is. Yeah, he said it's all about a selling point. He said the irony is at the core of the hook that the saga ends here. It's the end of the Skywalker saga is a cheat. The notion that all ends here is a cinematic selling point is relatively new. It's not like Lethal Weapon 4 sold itself as the final chapter of Lethal Weapon, or Star Trek 6 was sold as the final voyage with the original cast. He said he thinks it's because of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which obviously was a book, it ended. Harry Potter, it was a book, it ended. A series, yeah. Yeah, and you know, once they run out of books for source material, usually they run out of movies. So, to the extent that that movie franchises have aggressively jumped into the series finale sandbox is both a response to the literary blockbusters and another way that cinema has attempted to replicate the water cooler buzz of television. So it's like a series finale. But the funny thing is you get to the bottom here, blah, 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 and he's basically like, they'll be able to sell episode 12 again as the final chapter of the Star Wars saga in another couple of years.
Probably. They will.
Again, this is all marketing, because, well, they did this with, and it technically was the end, they did it with the prequels with episode 3. They're like, the saga ends here, and if you go back and look at those original trailers, because George Lucas was like, this is it. I'm done. But wait, I have more ideas, and then Disney throws them in the garbage. Into the garbage.
He's gonna kill you for that.
So anyway, it's funny, they're teasing this movie on Twitter. Right, they're boosting this promotion. Well, there's a
new flippin' teaser every day. Is there going to be any movie left to show?
I don't think so. But it keeps confirming all the spoilers, which I know we got to talk about that too. So funny. It's another lie. Yeah, all the YouTubers and all the Reddit people and all the fans are just liars. It's all lies. Even though it's not a lie, which would then in turn make the people saying it was a lie the liars, wouldn't it? It would.
I'm just saying.
I can't keep track of who's lying about what. But look, she flies now. Whee!
Oh my gosh.
She learned this from Leia.
Well, no, she's jumping. Doesn't mean she's...
No, she's flying through space like Leia.
Jesus herself. Oh, yeah, out into outer space. Yes.
Into outer space.
But she's not going to freeze and die like Leia.
No. Well, it's a short jump, I guess, to the Falcon, but she learned that power from Leia. And people are like, oh, thank God it's over. Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my gosh, these are the comments they're getting on this?
Yeah, first flying Leia, now flying Rey.
Oh, people are just sick of it. And I'm sorry, the general public just doesn't care anymore either.
My journey ended with this.
Yep.
Amen. And then the encore. When you use a prequel music but don't show the characters in your trailer, maybe they want to save a reveal like that for the actual movie. Just remember, all the leaks you see about the film are fake. People try but ultimately fail. Yep, 99% of the leaks are fake. And 100% of all leaks from Mike Zero are fake. LOL. No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, and it's just, and I think that by doing that, it's actually caused more damage.
Your journey nears its end. These posts just keep sounding more and more like threats and not so much trying to hype up this movie.
Yeah, pretty much. The journey ended with Return of the Jedi. Yeah, because it did. I mean...
God. Okay, so remember those leaks, right? Those leaks that we were told they weren't true?
Yeah, there's like a new TV spot like every dang day.
Yeah, don't listen to the YouTubers. Don't listen to Reddit. These people don't know what the hell they're talking about. None of these leaks are true. But now there's a new teaser spot that basically confirms the Palpatine Rey connection that we were told wasn't true.
Why weren't they saving these for the movie? Like, they don't even care anymore. They're just like throwing it all out there and see if they can be one. But because I mean, at this point, something like that, wouldn't that be something you put in the movie? Or are they trying to preemptively be like, get it out there so that they can't say, oh, look, the YouTubers are right. But they're going to say the YouTubers are right anyway.
So, I don't think they care. Once they have your money, I don't think they care.
So you pre-ordered tickets, we're going to ruin it for you anyway because we already got your money?
Yeah, and they're trying to get people interested. Like, oh, hey, everybody, did you hear? We got Rise of Palpatine. Remember how disappointed you were that she was nobody? Well, we got Palpatine back. Come on in, everybody.
Oh, no, but they planned that from the beginning. They said...
That's another lie of Skywalker.
I point this out to you.
Yep.
They kept saying that you're looking for the thing. They kept saying that they planned the Emperor for a long time. It's been in the works. It's been planned. When we heard from Colin Trevorrow, that wasn't true. And then today they had this where they had... do you have the article from the day? So, oh no, it was planned the entire time. However, Ian McDermott, who is the Emperor, said he was a total surprise to him. A year ago, he gets an email from J.J. Abrams, saying, hey, would you like to come back as the Emperor? I think maybe we should bring the Emperor back now. I thought that was planned from the beginning, so shouldn't he have been knowing this was coming? Because wouldn't you have been talking to before this? It was planned since the damn beginning?
Okay, this is how, and you have to watch J.J. Abrams especially because...
J.J. Abrams lies through his teeth.
He does, but he's very, and I'm going to talk about the George Lucas thing where
they're pushing that now too.
He doesn't outright lie, but he skirts the truth and he sort of dances
somebody else.
around it.
It wasn't J.J. Abrams in that one.
Oh, okay. But he has before because they flat, the Star Trek fans asked him about Khan being in the second Abrams Star Trek movie, and he flat out lied. Of course he did, because, he didn't want the backlash or whatever. So we already know J.J. Abrams is a lying liar who lies. So Kathleen Kennedy, though, very selective. Oh, we've been planning it for a long time. That could have been 6 months.
Long time subjective.
Long time.
Well, that's April 15th.
2 weeks ago, we emailed.
And according to the guy who played the Emperor, he got an email first about a year ago. At that point, it was a few months.
Yeah, so I can see how this goes. They're in the war room, the Star Wars room, and they're trying to figure out how to salvage this movie because they kicked Colin Trevorrow off of it. And they're like, man, none of this is going to work because freaking Rian Johnson killed off Luke Skywalker, and we had plans for Luke, and damn it, Carrie Fisher died in real life. What the hell are we going to do? Somebody call Ian McDiarmid. We're going to bring him back.
What will the fans, we'll get people's butts in seats. The Emperor!
The Emperor. We'll bring the Emperor back because we killed
Snoke's
Snoke.
gone.
We killed Snoke too, so we don't have a bad guy. So let's call the Emperor back in. We got a loophole because he said he was looking for eternal life in the prequel, so we got that loophole. But I can J.J. Abrams typing, "Dear Ian McDiarmid, help us.
You're our only hope.
You're our only hope. Also, we're totally fucked right now. We'll give you some extra money. We'll give whatever it takes to get you in here." Yeah. So this was desperation. They weren't going to cave to the fans. They weren't but they had no choice.
Well, Rian Johnson made sure of that.
What was without the Emperor, what was episode 9 going to be about? You killed Luke. You killed Han. Leia's dead in real life. You killed the big bad, Snoke. Was it just going to be Kylo and Rey schmoozing? I mean, what the hell what was it going to be about?
You had to have some kind of bad guy. Rian Johnson's completely screwed the storyline when he got rid of Snoke. So, yeah.
That was all planned. It was all planned.
No, but he's not mad about it. J.J. Abrams, Ryan's movie's fine. It's fine. But now that it's almost time for the movie, I can mention my problems with it now.
Yeah, so this is another thing that's been exposed as being not completely true. Again, those leaks, I guarantee you, next week we're going to find out that the leaks that YouTubers and Redditors have been talking about for the last 3 or 4 months are 100% true.
Oh yeah, now Disney they're coming out like, oh, we got the Emperor back. We got George on board.
George, who we dissed.
This is actually, they were talking to, I don't think that they weren't talking to J.J. Abrams of this. It was somebody else they were talking to.
They're talking to Chris Terrio.
Yeah, Chris Terrio. And they're saying about, it was a philosophical decision about...
Philosophical decision.
We wanted to understand the nature of the Jedi and nature of the Force. Basically, we wanted to make it feel like an actual fucking Star Wars movie. Sorry, Mom. So they went and got George Lucas to talk to him and see what he had to say to try to actually make it, bring the fans back because you completely, effed up. But then you go ahead and read it.
No, this is just, we had a philosophical discussion about the nature of the Jedi and the Force, and we didn't want to just pull that out of our ass and what the intentions were. It was like sitting down with some grand old master and just listening to his wisdom.
Well, imagine doing that from the damn beginning.
Well, they bring this up, actually. I will give props to comicbook.com for bringing up the fact that Lucasfilm, Disney wiped its ass with George Lucas's treatment of 7, 8, and 9. So Terrio continues, I don't even know if George knows to what extent we wrote down and conferred about and really tried to understand the spirit of what he said.
He doesn't understand about how much we tried to suck up to him.
Yep, it was suck up to him, suck up to Ian McDiarmid. As far as the specific story goes, who knows if George would agree with it.
Which means he wouldn't.
Yeah, but I hope that philosophically he'll feel we understood the spirit of what he's doing.
So he probably gave them ideas, they threw them out the window, but we philosophically tried to understand what the Jedi meant to try to fix it.
Oh, so this is... Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, they asked him down here, did you and Abrams read Lucas's unused treatments? He said, after a long pause, that's one I can't answer.
After a long pause, how do I lie about this?
I do try to read everything and get my hands on. Basically means we weren't allowed to see it. And they might not have been. But if they talked to George directly, he probably told them what his ideas were.
Wait. There are internet sites that have various drafts of the various scripts from the original trilogy. I devoured one of those sites. So he basically went out and found old drafts of the original Star Wars.
To try to make it feel like Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You already let the damn cow out of the barn. You can't put the cow back in the barn.
Oh, God, but yeah, in 3 paragraphs talking about how Lucas was... I can't imagine this conversation went well. Because George, he's been pretty much... They brought him in for the opening of Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. He did not look like he wanted to be there at all. He didn't look like he wanted to be there.
Yeah, Iger's all smiling like, oh, good, I did. And George is like...
He's like, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then Bob Iger admits in his memoirs that he had time to write instead of running the company like he should have been. He admitted that George felt betrayed. Well, no shit.
And there's a strained relationship for sure.
There's a strained relationship. So I can't imagine this was like, George was like, come on into my house, boys, and I'm going to sit you down. We're going to have a cup of coffee. And I'm going to tell you everything I know. He's probably like, what the fuck do you people want now?
Yeah, and the thing is, well, they want his wisdom. You should have had his wisdom before you started messing around. You should have had his wisdom when you did The Force Awakens, and you should have gone with, Han, Luke, and Leia together. You can maybe have them pass away or something throughout the trilogy, but you needed to have them together. You needed to have it be an actual passing the torch. This whole idea that what they did, they separate them all up, but they're going to give it off to new cast. Well, that's fine.
They weren't even together.
Yeah, they weren't even together.
They weren't even together.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, Rian Johnson did not do any favors, because you got to give it a pass with The Force Awakens. I mean, there's no excuse for them not being together completely, ever.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for Han, Luke, and Leia not being together at all. There's none. Sorry. But, you could have given it kind of a pass, because now this new group's going to go on. They're going to lead into it, and they're going to go as a group, and it's going to be the new people. But they didn't even do that right, because Rian Johnson is like the worst thing they ever did to Star Wars.
Yeah.
He just messed up on so many levels.
I just don't understand. And that's another lie of Skywalker. They kept saying that they were communicating the whole time.
Oh, bullshit.
That Ryan and J.J. Abrams...
Sorry, Mom.
That Ryan and J.J. Abrams were communicating the whole time about The Last Jedi, but then J.J. Abrams backpedaled and was like, well, Ryan left me with quite a mess to clean up, didn't he? Let's call in Ian McDiarmid. Let's go to George Lucas and see if we can get some help, because holy shit, we're drowning.
Yeah,
we're drowning.
I know, but they're not going to say that. And they're going to lie about the leaks, because they don't want to look incompetent that leaks all got out. The whole thing is just a one giant ball of mess. And, I'm just... Oh, but we have good news, though, for penis fans.
Oh, yes, we do. And everybody's a penis fan, right? Everybody likes...
So they get their pictures they just put out. Oh, look, there he is.
Claude, he's been missing from the marketing material. The biggest dick in the Star Wars galaxy. I have been looking forward to watching him cock this movie up.
He is the Rise of Skywalker.
Bringing his toxic masculinity to Star Wars in a spectacularly large fashion. He's gonna spray the audience with his wisdom.
Okay, so he's coming, guys, and I did that on purpose.
Claude is coming. Claude is coming to Star Wars. He's gonna come on Star Wars. So yeah, he's supposed to be still in the movie, I guess. I've been worried because they replaced this handsome member with Rose Tico on the merchandising. They took him out because he was toxic and male and threatening. And
much as I like a good penis, I think I'd rather see Rose on the poster than Claude. I'm sorry.
This is gonna scare them. Oh, another lie of Skywalker. Remember when that poster leak was called a fake?
True.
It was called a fake. Everybody's like, no, that poster, that looks really fake. That's not legit. And that monster looks like something from Explorers or something that's Photoshopped. This is fake. This couldn't possibly be real. Oh, shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we saw, remember, I looked at you. We were actually at Celebration when they flashed this this studly alien on the screen. I'm like, there's the dick monster. The dick monster's gonna be in this movie. He's gonna fuck some shit up.
Too late.
There's
not much left to screw up now.
We can't milk this joke anymore.
It's stop! I'm gonna pee.
He's spent. We just
can't. Would you stop? I'm literally gonna pee myself. Don't do it. 2,
maybe 3 times in 24 hours. That's the most you can get out of this guy. So.
Stop.
Anyway, but good news. Ichibaka on Twitter informed us that massive amounts of
obsessed fans
are lining up at the Chinese theater to go see the Rise of Skywalker at 20 people. This looks like Occupy Star Wars, Occupy Endor.
But Pickle Rick's there, so
Pickle Rick is there to keep them company. Pickle Rick is there to keep them company and their dog and their Christmas tree.
What are they gonna? Okay, now my next question is: they sit there for like a week and a half, and then they have all this stuff—a Christmas tree, a dog. What are they gonna do with all this stuff?
I don't know.
I'm like, have their dog camped outside.
I'm trying to see where they got their takeout from. At first I was like, do these people not have jobs? I'm like, no, they got some some expensive looking takeout here. I think they do. I just think they like. Did you just take off for 2 weeks?
Yeah, they banked the vacation days to.
It's like, listen to Mark Hamill, who is nowhere to be found, might I add. Mark Hamill is nowhere to be found. Listen to Mark Hamill and wait for cable.
No, he did say, he made a comment about, the end being near and about how he appreciates the fans and that they all treat him like a friend. And he's really thankful for Luke Skywalker because it opened a lot of doors for him. Fans treat him like family and friends and how amazing it was been because of Luke.
But he's not out there doing the press tour.
No, you don't see him.
They're not letting him out of...
Yeah, they had a big thing about, oh, look, all the cast is here to do the thing, and there was no Mark.
Except Mark.
Yeah, and there's other people that are missing, too, but Mark Hamill, and then Ian wasn't there, the Emperor wasn't there either, and people were like, where are they?
Well, he got... that was another thing. Okay.
And Hayden Christensen might be in the movie, too, and he wasn't there.
Yeah, that's a rumor. Well, did they... Disney tried to shut them down. They were at a convention together.
Yes, and they canceled their appearance. I mean, the actors didn't cancel their appearance. Disney canceled their appearance, both of them.
Yeah.
Which, like, they're afraid they were going to say something. So, I do think Hayden Christensen's going to end up in this movie. Plus, they had him out at Galaxy's Edge, and they did a big thing about it on the Disney Parks blog a couple months ago.
I don't think Hayden Christensen gets enough love. I gotta tell you, I think they did I think he was good in Revenge of the Sith. I think he was. The second movie was kind of but I think I would like to see a live action Clone Wars series with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen.
Well, they don't think they can do that now because they're kind of too old to do it now. It's not going to be as believable as it would have been.
Well, they can de-age people.
That's going to be a lot of work and de-age. We're coming to Disney Plus.
Coming to Disney Plus, we're going to de-age Hayden Christensen about 15, 20 years, and yeah, there we go. I don't know. Yeah, so there are a lot of half-truths, truth from a certain point of view regarding this movie. I think at this point, it does feel like it's all damage control to try to maximize the box office. Mm-hmm. But when you've even got people like Scott Mendelsohn turning on you and saying, hey, Disney's basically lying. This isn't the end of the Skywalker saga.
No.
It's the end for now.
All right.
It's another ending that we didn't need, but that's how they're going to market it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And nobody's talking big numbers now. Like,
I still feel bad for these guys here because I think they got screwed so bad.
Everybody
the original cast got screwed. These guys got screwed. There's a lot of screwing going on.
That's why it's so fitting that there's going to be a giant dick in this movie because he sums everything up. Everybody got screwed in this trilogy. Nobody won in this trilogy. And I think Disney at this point is even moving on. I think Disney's even moving on. I think they're like, yeah, let's just focus on all this great new Disney Plus stuff coming. Because frankly,
that's what they are doing. The Disney Plus. We mentioned Disney Plus.
Yeah, because The Mandalorian's better Star Wars than the sequel trilogy. I'm sorry. I like The Mandalorian. This is shit.
Pretty much. Oh, real quick before we go, we were joking earlier. I want to tell them a joke about a cat. We were joking earlier if we got a cat. We were going to name the cat Ryan's dog to subvert expectations.
Ryan's dog.
But then I thought that's not fair to name a cat that. So
Artie.
Not name a cat Ryan anything. So we aren't going to do that.
Okay, yeah, don't do that to the poor kitty. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.